Netflix and chill just got pricier. Google's search chief sort of supports your right to be forgotten. And VW blames the software engineers. Tech News Tonight is next.
This is Twit.
This is Tech News Tonight, episode 441 for Thursday, October 8th, 2015. This episode is brought to you by Epson's new EcoTank printers. With Epson's line of SuperTank all-in-one printers, you can print thousands of documents without running out of ink. EcoTank is loaded and ready to print when you are. Visit epson.com/EcoTank to find out more. Welcome. I am Megan Maroney. After the break, I'll talk to Mike Murphy, reporter at Quartz, about Facebook's alternative to a dislike button. But first, let's get to the tech news. A couple of software engineers are being blamed for the massive Volkswagen emissions cheating scandal. That's what a top Volkswagen executive said today at a congressional hearing in Washington. The Los Angeles Times quotes Michael Horn, VW's chief, as claiming this was a couple of software engineers who put this in for whatever reason. To my understanding, this was not a corporate decision. This was something individuals did. To his credit, Horn also apologized and said he only learned of the problem a few days before the company admitted it to regulators on September 3rd. The company suspended 3 employees, but at this point, most lawmakers, as well as the general public, are not buying that the most sweeping vehicle emissions fraud in history was solely the work of a handful of rogue software engineers. According to 9to5Mac's Mark Gurman, the Apple TV and the new iPad Pro will be available for pre-order at the end of October and in stores by early November. 9to5Mac sources say pre-orders will also reach customers in early November. Gurman adds that Apple will launch a new 4K 21.5-inch iMac possibly as early as next Tuesday, October 13th. Netflix will raise the price of its standard streaming plan by $1, bringing it from $8.99 a month to $9.99 a month. But for now, that's only for new customers. Current customers won't see a price increase until October 2016. And in other price hike news, Verizon customers who've been desperately clinging to their unlimited data plans will see a $20 increase on their bills come November 15th. This follows Sprint's similar news about an upcoming increase for unlimited data plans. Engadget says that less than 1% of Verizon customers have managed to hold on to that unlimited plan, and that Verizon has confirmed that any customers under contract with unlimited data will not see the price increase until their agreement is up for renewal. Speaking at the Code Mobile conference today, Google's head of search, Amit Singhal, said that people have the right to be forgotten online. CNET reported on the quote from the conference, which is in direct opposition to the company's official stance on the right to be forgotten. Singhal said, "I have a lot of empathy for some teenager doing something they shouldn't have, and that chases them for the rest of their life. We're a forgiving society. I believe we should find ways to make that possible." Now, I think all of us can agree with that theoretically, especially if you went to college in the days before YouTube. But Google doesn't seem to be making this empathy official. Last year, Google was forced to honor right to be forgotten requests in Europe by a court mandate that the company publicly disagreed with. They have not yet been compelled to honor the same requests in the United States. Coming up, Facebook explores empathy emoji and a wearable for your portly pup. But first, this episode is brought to you by Epson. Epson's revolutionary EcoTank line of printers for home and office don't use our ink cartridges. Instead, they feature an innovative refillable ink tank. It comes with enough ink to print up to 8,500 pages, equivalent to about 50 ink cartridge sets. You're loaded and ready to print for up to 2 years. Powered by Epson's leading-edge precision core technology, it delivers high-speed, vivid colors, and laser-quality black text. Plus, auto two-sided printing, a 30-page auto document feeder, and easy wireless printing from tablets and smartphones. All EcoTank printers deliver an unbeatable combination of convenience and value with ultra-low-cost replacement ink bottles. Now you have the freedom to print without running out of ink. So visit epson.com/EcoTank today to transform the way your home, office, or work group prints. For the best combination of ease and value, turn to the new Epson EcoTank printers. That's epson.com/EcoTank. And we thank Epson for their support. Epson, exceed your vision. A few weeks ago, we heard the rumor that Facebook was working on a dislike button. The way Mark Zuckerberg described it, the plan was that more than a simple thumbs down. His idea was to find a way to express empathy on Facebook. If you didn't have time to post a comment, you didn't feel like liking a story that was someone's cancer diagnosis or a sick pet or divorce or a news story about people fleeing war-torn countries or gun violence in schools or really any other nightly news story, not really worth liking all that much. Our guest today reported on a new feature that Facebook is testing that lets us show a range of emotions on Facebook with emoji. Welcome back, Mike Murphy, reporter at Quartz.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for coming on. So tell us about this new feature that Facebook is testing.
So yeah, Facebook's said that it's going to roll out this new feature in Ireland and Spain. Basically, instead of just having the simple, they're going to let users click on the like button and have a range of different emoji that you can click on. To more adequately express your emotion, because sometimes, as you said, a simple thumbs up just doesn't really cut it.
So which emoji are we getting?
So we're getting 6 additional ones on top of the thumbs up. There's a heart, a kind of laughy smiley guy, a very pleased-looking smiley guy, a shocked guy, a crying guy, and a very angry guy, which I noticed isn't actually the anger emoji. On Slack, they actually call it the rage emoji. So that's pretty intense. So
it's more than just simple anger. So I wanted to find out why they came up with these. Why were these the emotions? I think The Verge talked to a product development lead at Facebook who said they decided on these by scanning the most common responses that we have taken the time to leave on people's posts. It's like, ha, yay, wow, sad, and I guess something that means rage. They also looked at the stickers that we use. Now, you described this potential feature as the Pixar movie Inside Out on your news feed. Do you think this will be an effective way to show all of our emotions?
Yeah, I think like in a pinch, it's kind of the gamut of the emotions that you're probably going to want to run, in a quick response sort of setting. I mean, it's really, Facebook said that it's really designed for mobile because, you're not going to sit there and type out some kind of long thing while you've got like one hand, you're trying to hold on the subway when you found out your friend's dog died or something like that. But you might be able to press a little sad face emoji. So yeah.
Well, you wrote that, then you can go back later and actually talk to your second cousin whose dog passed away and tell them how you feel. But I wonder, this is really, it seems to me, a replacement for that. Like, how many people are actually going back and explaining in person to the people they know how they feel later? Are we even doing that anymore?
Actually, I had a line in my story that was originally something like after like millennia-long infatuation with the written word, Facebook's trying to get rid of that with just replacing with seven different buttons. And yeah, I kind of wonder if we're kind of deviating from language. Are we going back to hieroglyphics, or are we going to some kind of Orwellian future where everything is the basest form of like description? I don't know, but it is a little too simple, maybe.
I think so. Yesterday I heard a report about how texting causes anxiety for people, but that you can remedy that by using more emoji, which is interesting because, I think we're just resigned to it. Like the emoji will give just that much context so that when you say, like, call me ASAP, smile, then someone's not feeling super anxious that you're about to tell them some horrible thing and need to tell them ASAP. I had lunch today with a therapist friend of mine. She's well-versed in the panoply of feelings that are out there. And she said she actually liked the idea of a limited amount of emotions to choose from. So I don't know. Maybe we're onto something. So do you think that would you use these emotions versus just taking the 2 seconds it would take to leave a comment?
Yeah, I probably would. I know on Slack, I definitely do it. Though I like the way that Slack does it, where you can use any emoji at all that's in your emoji keyboard. I think is great because I definitely think that there's like more stuff that often makes sense other than just like, oh, I'm shocked or oh, I'm quite angry, But depending on what the situation is, I might use it. But I feel like because you've actually got to press, hold down, go across to the emotion you want. it really would have taken just as much time to type in LOL or like, oh no, or I'm so sorry. It's really just as quick. Or, even if you're on mobile, you can just dictate something, because that's a thing we can do now. So I don't know. I mean, I like stickers on Facebook. I think if you haven't downloaded the Business Fish sticker packet, you should definitely do that. But I don't know if that's always going to be the right thing to do. Maybe sometimes it will be. And sometimes I'll just stick with stickers because it's really the same thing, but there's more of them.
I like that. I think the last time I talked to you, we were talking about like IBM's machine learning algorithms, and it was like really beyond my comprehension. And now we're talking about stickers. I like the range of things that I could talk about to you. So you say that they're testing this with Spanish and Irish users only, and for a really interesting reason. Explain why they chose those two regions.
So there's a couple of reasons. The saddest reason of the two is that Facebook found that those two countries have fewer international friends than other countries. So they're kind of little sad islands of just those people, I guess. I don't know. That seems weird. I've been to Ireland and Spain, and everyone seems to be from everywhere. But the other reason is because Ireland they're both relatively small populations, and Ireland is an English-speaking population, so they can see how emoji work there. And in Spain, they can see how emojis work in a non-English setting. So even if you've got a bunch of American developers working on it, they can see, oh, well, this is how people are using these nonverbal forms of communications in other languages as well.
Well, Mike, thank you so much for joining us. Mike Murphy is a reporter at Quartz. You can read his whole article as well as the 3 or 4 articles that you've posted since this one posted this morning. Mike is also at MCWM on Twitter. Thanks so much for joining us. Take care. And finally tonight, FitBits are for fat cats. And I'm not just talking about old rich guys. I'm actually referring to obese felines. Recode reports that the head of Fitbit claims that many people are buying the fitness device for their overweight pets. CEO James Park said they found this out because the company has begun to see thousands of references to data from Fitbit wearers who were 2 feet tall and around 20 pounds. Once they checked the profile photos, they realized that the wearers of the device were in fact pets. And that is it for this edition of Tech News Tonight. If you have a comment about the show, you can find me on Twitter at Megan Maroney. You can also subscribe to the show at twit.tv/TN2. You can write to us at TN2 @twit.tv. You can watch live every weekday at 4 p.m. Pacific. And we're also on Facebook, so you can use stickers or the emojis. Right now, you only have the thumbs up. But when the other emotions come out, you can use those to let us know how you like the show. And don't miss our morning news program, Tech News Today, every weekday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. I'm Megan Maroney. Thanks for watching.
Bandwidth for Tech News Tonight is brought to you by CashFly.com.